We're in beautiful Ontario for the launch of the new Lexus NX.
There's 4 models to choose from: gas, hybrid, plug-in hybrid, and turbo gas. Which one do we have?
We've got the turbocharged gas. Let's get in and take it for a spin.
It's nice getting an all-new product. And this one has got a nice powerful engine under the hood. Andrea, what are we working with here?
We've got a 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with 275 horsepower, 317 pound-feet of torque with an 8-speed automatic transmission, standard all-wheel drive in Canada.
The base model is the NX350. Think of the base model Toyota RAV4 engine with 203 horsepower. There's also the hybrid. Think of the Toyota RAV4 hybrid with a total combined output of 239 horsepower. And then there's the NX450h Plus. Also think of the RAV4 plug-in hybrid. It has 302 total horsepower. So we are going to touch on all of the different models just a little bit, but for the most part, we're focusing in on this gas model, the Turbo 350. Let's get into what you get with it. What are the key standard features?
Our F Sport trim comes with a 14-inch touchscreen, wireless Apple Carplay and Android Auto, a heated steering wheel, E-latch door handles, 20-inch wheels, a power driver and passenger seat, driver's seat memory, heated and ventilated front seats, a 17-speaker Mark Levinson sound system, power liftgate, and triple beam headlights.
Now they've got this new shifter. We'll get into that in just a moment. But what do we have to put it in, Andrea?
You got to put it in S for subscribe, and if you can hit the notification bell, you'll be notified when all of our reviews drop, and then you can watch them.
And we do this couple car review twice a week. The first one drops on Wednesday.
We drop another couple car review on Saturday.
So please follow along and subscribe, or on Instagram, it's Motormouth_Andrea. For me, it's Motormouth_Auto, and the links are below.
This video is brought to you by Canada Drives. Shop online for your next used vehicle and enjoy the convenience of to-your-door delivery and the confidence of a 7-day love it or return it guarantee. Visit CanadaDrives.ca to learn more.
So the one we have, of course, Andrea, is the F Sport.
It is fun to drive. It really turns up the driving dynamics, making it sporty.
They also added adaptive suspension with special dampers front and back, which makes it feel a little bit livelier. What I noticed, though, was the braking. I thought the braking was quite good in this vehicle, which is a very important safety feature and dynamic feature to any vehicle.
And this now comes with safe exit warning, and it really is a super cool feature. You can't open up your door if there is a pedestrian close to you or another car coming by. It scans the area and it keeps you safe.
Well, the thing I'm not crazy about is it has this push button release to open and close the door. So it's a little pad you tap. That's okay, but it just seems like the answer to, another answer to the question nobody was asking for. Now you're probably wondering, can you get out? Yes, you just pull the handle like you would before. So why didn't you just leave it as a pull handle? I don't know.
This feature works in conjunction with the safe exit system. So it makes sense why they did it, because they work well together.
Well, so we should probably describe, if you're not aware, this vehicle, the NX, has traditionally been built off the Toyota RAV4 platform. So that is the case. This has now been updated to the latest platform, which is a good one.
And this engine is new to the 2022 model. We've got a turbocharged 4-cylinder, and I really like the drive. When you kick it, this thing goes.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not totally blown away by it, because you think about the RDX, which is just going to be refreshed, has 272 horsepower, and this is their sort of top model and has only got 3 more horsepower. It's good, but it's not great. It's not like some of the real higher performance models like the X340. You know, it's in a different category.
I like this better than the RDX. It has a more refined drive. I find when you accelerate hard with the RDX, it does get a little bit louder. You definitely hear the engine. But comparing it to something like an X3, it's not quite there yet for driving dynamics.
Now in this category, the vehicle with the most standard power is that new Genesis GV70. It has a bigger engine though, 2.5-liter turbo 4-cylinder engine, but it has 300 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque.
Yeah, and it really has a beautiful interior. Very little hard plastic is used throughout. And you know what? It has a starting price that is roughly $6,000 less than this NX. It's priced very competitively.
What about the outside and the way it looks? I think they've done a nice job of making it look like an NX, but it's sleeker looking, it's more upscale looking.
Well, you know what I like? It's not as sharp and angular as the previous model. It's more my style. I really like the back end with the slim taillights, and then of course the script in the back that you see a lot of manufacturers going with. They're all copying each other, but you know what? It looks good.
All right, let's talk about the inside. This is the mother of all infotainment screens. This is the optional one. What's the base one?
The base one is 9.8 inches and this one is 14 inches. And I really like how it's tilted towards the driver. It's really intuitive to use. I think that Lexus has done a really good job with it.
We're going to touch more on this in questions, coffee, and cars, but it's quite easy to use. Now, the rest of this, there's a bit of a hodgepodge. I'm not crazy about where the dynamic shift is, and then the push button start is up there. It seems like they kind of threw these things in at the 11th hour.
I'm feeling like a little bit, it's organized like the Venza is organized, you know?
Like I said, at the last minute, they go, oh, we got to put that drive mode. Where are we going to stick it? Let's stick it there.
I like the fact that they didn't use a lot of piano black in here. It's very minimal. I think that that's nice. We're all kind of tired of piano black, I think, a little bit.
Now this shifter, we applaud the fact that there's a shifter there, but she's a bit quirky.
It's a nice size shifter and it looks really good, but quirky is right. When I got in it, I thought, how do I even reverse? So what you have to do is pull to the left, pull up to reverse, and then pull back to drive. It takes some getting used to. You do, but it's not my favorite.
Yeah, I don't understand. Why can't they just leave things alone? Leave a proper door handle, leave a proper shifter. You know, I can hear the comments already, Andrea. Zach's being negative again.
Well, I think what it comes down to is everyone has a personal opinion about it, and this is ours. So in this F Sport model that we have, it comes with a new steering wheel. I really like it. It's got perforated leather on the outside. And also the 17-speaker Mark Levinson stereo system is great.
Now the back seat, this is a compact premium SUV, and there isn't a ton of legroom or a ton of headroom, but the seat cushions themselves are really quite soft. So I'll give it a pass. It's very average, I would say, in space in the back.
I also just wanted to mention the second row seats don't recline, but they are heated in this F Sport.
But the cargo area is quite roomy.
It's really roomy. I mean, we don't have that spare tire anymore, so there's 14% more cargo space than the outgoing model.
And you lift up the floor and you get all of these extra bins, places to store things, including the tonneau cover. So I think it's well organized. You had some questions, and they're very good, by the way. So let's get into it.
Holy shit. What is wrong with you?
I didn't see it.
Oh my God.
It's like to test the suspension. We might have broken it.
Well,
Time now for questions, coffee, and cars.
Your questions from Instagram.
The new NX looks really good. The front grille is very polarizing. One weak point with Lexus has been outdated infotainment functionality and processing speeds. Has Lexus made the proper changes to address the issues with the user interface?
I just want to say one thing about the grille. I think they've integrated the grille into this design better.
Yeah, than any of the others, right?
Looks pretty good. Now, the interface is faster, 5 times faster, Lexus claims.
Well, this tech is just incredible in here. It is so easy to use, very intuitive. It even has now on the screen the climate control, but it stays there the whole time. So it's not like you have to find it. There's a volume knob.
Yeah, and the big knobs on either side adjust the temperature, volume knob, and you can go for a white screen or a dark screen. I think it looks better with the dark screen. And then you can make the Navi screen bigger or smaller. So it's actually 5 minutes with this. You got it figured out.
Oh, it's really good. I'm impressed.
Oh, no more trackpad.
No
I forgot to even mention that.
Thank you, Lexus. I love you for it. Have the exterior and interior dimensions changed?
Yeah, this is wider, longer, taller, bigger.
It's bigger. So it's 20 millimeters wider, 5 millimeters taller, and at the wheelbase, it's 33 millimeters longer, and you get 14% more cargo capacity behind the second row.
Because they got rid of the spare tire. They got rid of the spare tire. They went to run flats. This is the answer to the question nobody was asking. Nobody likes run flat tires that I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
And they went down that road. It's all to save weight. So we add more and more and more equipment on cars. They got to figure out how to shed it. They got rid of the tire.
And what do run flat tires do, Zach?
They make noise.
They make noise.
And it is noticeable.
Yeah. You know mine. Is it a half-baked heated steering wheel or a full one? I know it might be difficult with the weather now, but since it will be warmer on Saturday, do the cooling seats cool well enough?
Well, they work. You know why? Because Andrea was driving this first, and then I got in it, and I'm like, ooh, I hate cooled seats, by the way. Yeah, they work. They work quite well.
Yeah, so I tried it out after you sent in this question. They're very good. I was nice and cool.
So typically with Toyota Lexus products, you got 9 and 3 heat. What's it now, Andrea?
It's not half-baked. It's a full heated steering wheel. Can you believe it? Mind-blowing.
But you get run flat tires. And our next question is our hot topic. What's this one, Andrea?
This is a very important car, and price point will determine success. How does it feel size-wise to an Acura RDX or the new Infiniti?
So I think when people find out the price of this turbocharged NX, it's actually going to help sell some RDX because it's so much cheaper.
It's $10,000 more for this Lexus NX turbocharged compared to the base model of the RDX, which is also a turbocharged engine with plenty of horsepower and torque.
There's only 3 horsepower difference.
Yeah.
That's it. So the base model of this is roughly the same price, but that's basically the RAV4 engine.
Yeah, but interior-wise, this is nicer than the RDX, in my opinion. Technology-wise, you don't have the trackpad anymore. It's easier to use. Lexus has added a lot of things to this that makes a big difference, but there is a new Acura RDX coming out, a 2022 model, and we haven't driven that yet, and I'm sure Acura is going to raise the price on that one.
And then you look at the Infiniti. The Infiniti is old technology.
Yeah.
When you compare it to this is definitely a much more modern interior.
Yeah.
They have a kind of a quirky engine transmission combo. I would take this all day long.
And what I love about the RDX is the flat floor in the second row. It makes a big difference if you're always taking 3 children. This one doesn't have a flat floor, so that might make a difference for a growing family. For some people, it's quite a spacious vehicle, the RDX.
This NX does not live in a vacuum. It has some competition. Let's see what else you can buy.
For your consideration, 4 vehicles for you to consider.
First up is the Acura RDX. It has a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder engine and a 10-speed automatic transmission with 272 horsepower and a starting price of $44,500.
The BMW X3 with a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder and 8-speed automatic transmission, 248 horsepower, and a starting price of just under $53,000.
Next, the best seller in this category, the Audi Q5, with a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine and a 7-speed automatic transmission. It has 261 horsepower and a starting price of $46,500.
Our used car alternative from CanadaDrives.ca is a base model 2017 Volvo XC60 with just under 45,000 kilometers for just under $30,000 Canadian. Click on the tab or the link in the description below to find more vehicles in this category from CanadaDrives.ca.
So there are 4 compact premium SUVs for you to consider. Now, in our vital stats, we are going to talk about the fuel economy of all of the different NX models because that's important. Let's get into it.
Let's start with pricing. The NX250 all-wheel drive starts at $47,400. The NX350 starts at $55,400. The NX350 hybrid starts at just under $50,000. And the NX450 plug-in hybrid starts at just under $60,000. J.D. Power hasn't rated the 2022 Lexus NX yet, but the 2021 model gets an overall score of 82 out of 100 and a quality and reliability score of 81 out of 100. CarEdge states the Lexus will retain 56% of its value after 5 years.
Here's the fuel economy for this 350 Turbo. 10.5 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 8.3 on the highway. That's 22 miles per gallon city, 29 miles per gallon highway. As a reference point, the base model NX350 gets a combined 8.4 liters per 100 kilometers or 28 miles per gallon. The NX350 hybrid gets a combined 6 liters per 100 kilometers or 39 miles per gallon. And the plug-in hybrid, the most important thing people want to know, is electric range, 61 kilometers or 37 miles. And the combined fuel economy for the plug-in hybrid is 2.8 liters equivalent per 100 kilometers or 84 miles per gallon equivalent. The NX can tow 2,000 pounds, and it comes with a 4-year, 80,000 kilometer or 50,000 mile warranty. Lightning round, two things you like to see improved.
Well, I like how this handles and drives, and the tech in here is top notch. What I'd like to see an improvement on are these run flat tires. It just makes it a little bit noisy, and also I'm not crazy about the functionality of the shifter.
I do like the way this looks, big improvement. The interior, big improvement. What I'd like to see improved, I like just regular door handles. And I like a regular shifter. I'm a regular guy.
This F Sport model is fun, dynamic, and sporty to drive.
It might have all of that going for it, but the biggest selling feature of this car, it's a Lexus. This video is brought to you by Canada Drives. Shop online for your next used vehicle and enjoy the convenience of to-your-door delivery and the confidence of a 7-day love it or return it guarantee. Visit CanadaDrives.ca to learn more.